What's good, Matt Lerma? Yeah, we're late today. I got a story behind why we're late, why I'm going solo for a little bit today. It's going to be funny. Tall tale time. Tall tale time. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. I'm solo right now, and this is because one Michael Jimenez is late. He called me just a couple minutes before we're going to go live at our normally scheduled time. Tells me at the last minute, Joe, pulling up in your driveway, but my dog's loose again. Like, this brother can't even take care of his dog. So Mike's loose. Mike's on the loose, chasing his dog somewhere over on Petrenko Road somewhere. So he said he's going to be here in a couple minutes. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and go solo. It is Valentine's Day. So if you fellas got anything going on today, let us know. Hit us up in the chat. What are your Valentine's Day traditions? Do you all go anywhere with your highness? You know, do you do anything special? You just kick back at home and just, enjoy some dinner, some drinks, and maybe watch a movie or something. Let us know what your Valentine's Day plans are. Did Jimenez's dogs do the ape escape again? Yep, they sure did. You would think that after a while, man, he'd be able to corral these dogs and keep them in the yard. Not even the dogs want to stay with him, Hey, what's good, Tim Gonzalez? He says, what's good, Mike and Joe? They Chris Gonzalez, they are at HEB buying gifts. Yeah, so it is, again, the day of the hearts, the Valentine's Day. So we're going to go ahead and play a quick little video for you guys. Oh. And that's a little video that I made just in honor of Valentine's Day to get everything started here. But we got a lot of things to talk about today. We're going to talk about former Spur Bryn Forbes getting arrested again for domestic violence charges. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Spurs' upcoming game that they have here in the Rodeo Road Trip. Let's see if they win this one or not. We're also going to be talking about Carolina Teague calling out Mike, saying that he's full of you-know-what, because she's saying he's not going to go to one of her wrestling matches because he hasn't gone. And I'll be honest, I haven't gone either. I've been a little busy when she does these things, but I'll try to go to the next one for sure. Jimenez taking a shit. Probably. I wouldn't doubt that, man. He probably wanted to go and pinch one off Daniel Castro. But you know what? We're going to be talking about plans. I'm calling animal control on Jimenez for real. We're going to talk about some plans. What do you guys think of what we can do as far as plans go, of what we can do, like ideas for when we hit 1,000 subscribers? Now, I pitched this out yesterday during Sweep the League show with Rudy Campos Jr. And I was talking with my boy Chris Leja, and I was like, what if we rent a dunk tank when we hit 1,000 subscribers and we give you guys a shot to send Jimenez into the drink, man? Charge something like $1 or something, so you can throw a basketball or something at the target and see how many times we can dunk Jimenez when we hit 1,000 subscribers. We can do something like that over at maybe Mad Peckers and talk with the owner. I'm going to actually be out there with some of my boys tomorrow. I'll talk with the owner out there, see if he's down for something like that. Maybe we can do some little backyard barbecue or something out there. The owner's always down for that. Great guy, man. So I'm something I'm just throwing out there. Maybe we can have like $1 a toss and we could raise some money for charity or something. I think it'd be really cool. Locked on Spurs. Here's Jeff. He better not big time me today for Lowe's. You know how Mike is, Jeff. Come on now. He big times you all the time, bro. If you need a backup, I was go to, but now that I'm working in the afternoons, it's hard for me to do that. Yeah, Sith the Lies says, let's go. Hell yeah. Everybody likes that idea. Pennywise trying to pull up Mike through the toilet, but he grabbed a plunger. Oh man, Matt Lerma. Can I pay $5 to walk up and press the button? That's what I'm saying, man. Like maybe we should have something like that. I mean, we would raise a lot of money. Can you imagine if we put Mike on the dunk tank? He's like the most hated guy right now in San Antonio. And you all get a chance to take some revenge on Mike. You know, I bet you even the dog would want to go ahead and have a turn at that. Put Mike in the dunk tank, send him into the drink. As I said, Chris and Galls, is Jimenez really with CT's sister? Oh God, no, not a chance, man. Christopher, hey, Los, call me up if you need the greatest six man off the bench for real. Call my boy Leha up, man. He stayed up late thinking about CT's V-Day outfit. Oh my God, man. Y'all are bad, man. CT, she's wild, bro. I'm telling you, man. We never know. We know what we're gonna get with Carolina when she's on here, talking about Valentine's Day outfits and you know what, man. She's wild. But I'm glad you guys are here watching us today. I really appreciate the support, man. And help the show grow. So if you're liking what you're hearing, I'm just going solo right now through freestyling. You like the show, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button. So I'm going to go ahead and play a video to entice you guys to do that. All right, so Mike's going to be here around the 10:30 minute mark. Right now we're about 10:26. So we can go ahead and just talk about whatever the hell y'all want to talk about today. Give me some topics. Let's talk some shit. Let's get on this thing, man. Can Mike wear white shorts for the dunk tank? Bro, you all are wild for that shit, dude. You're going to have Mike and like some freaking Daisy Dukes getting wet. We might as well have him wear a white shirt too, man, so you can see his man boobs, man. That's nuts. Oh man, guy. Mario Cavazos might got his wiener stuck while at the Megaplex. Oh, Mike OD'd on Blue Chew. Y'all wild, man. Oh, look at that. Jeff Garcia says he's gonna wind up calling Leha because Mike's gonna wind up big time in Jeff. I know it, man. It's just a feeling that I got, man. Oh, you know what, man? The hell with Mike, dude, with that Yolanda Salvador shit, dude. We ain't talking about that damn series or whatever it is. We're not talking about that. Nah, nobody want to see Jimenez in white shorts. Oh God, dude. I can only imagine. Oh, bro, he probably would wear the damn Speedo, man. I don't even know, dude. I'd give him $5 just to go put some clothes on or something. Tube tank. Jason, it is just me for now, but Mike's coming in here. He'll be here in a couple minutes. He just texted me. He's at about 2 minutes out. But I like that idea too, man, about Mike and the dunk tank, man. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, we have Mike go into the drink. Let Jeremy throw the first one, Joe. I think I'm gonna let Leha throw the first one, but I'm gonna give him, like he was saying, instead of just throwing like a baseball at the target, let's go ahead and give Leha like a freaking basketball or something. $10 to have a basketball and you throw it at the target to send Mike into the drink. I hope it's cold that day too, man. Look at Leha. Mike was a chubby Latino kid at the pool. Shirt on. Oh my God, bro. Y'all killing me with this shit, man. Oh man, this is like gold right here. Mike's getting roasted, and that motherfucker ain't even here yet, man. That's just how it goes. Mike should dye his hair purple. Oh man. If only will the water turn into gravy. Woo, shit, bro. Dodgeball with Mike, but hey, you know what? That might not be a bad thing, dude. We could have something like that. We could have like a dodgeball tournament, man, with the fellas. Round them up. Are you serious, Mike? That's the dog that got away. You're bringing her on the show.
Daisy.
Oh my God.
Daisy.
Hey, we're talking about should we do when we hit 1,000 subscribers? And I've been throwing some ideas out there. I threw it out yesterday during the Sweep the League show with Rudy Campos in the afternoon.
Yes.
I said, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, what if we rent a dunk tank and we charge people $1?
Yeah, first of all, I was listening to the show. On
That
the way
would be
in.
hilarious,
Okay.
man.
It would be hilarious. By the way, lower third has to be Michael Jimenez and Daisy.
Oh, God.
This is Daisy. So Daisy was a bad girl today. So the idea of getting a dunk tank, I am supportive of. I would be okay. I'd be okay. But I think that you're lowballing it a little bit. $1 a throw?
I was just saying,
No. If I am as hated as people say, I would say that we could at least throw $5 per throw.
Oh, man.
Now, here's the thing. Lerma asking the question, can he just pay $5 and push the button? No, an automatic push of the button's $50.
Oh, man.
And I would say that we would do this for the San Antonio Food Bank. They do a very good job. My daughter is actually a former volunteer over there, as Daisy walks around and gets to enjoy your office space over here. So I apologize for that. No, I'm okay with it. I don't know where we would get a dunking booth.
We can rent a dunking booth. That's not a problem.
But I'm sure, okay, Now, I will not look like Heather Thomas going up the thing.
They want you to be in white shorts.
Dude, that says more about them than it does about me.
I'm like, bro, they said have Mike wear Speedo. I'm like, don't give him ideas, man. I said,
don't threaten me with a good time.
I said, that motherfucker will go in a Speedo just to spite you all,
So addressing a lot of things in the room. Okay, first of all, I apologize for being late. Daisy got out. I don't know how she got out because I didn't let her out. I mean, I let her out to go pee this morning. But what I think happened was I think my kids were a little bit slow in getting out of the door today. And I think the dog slipped out when no one was looking. So I think that was the thing. I get a phone call from somebody saying, you do realize your dog's on Petrenko Road just chilling. And I'm like, that's far from home, man. That's far from home. So I went over there, picked up the dog, raced back over here. And yeah, good times, good times. Now, as for the question, will I big time Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5? There's a possibility. There is a possibility. Sorry, Jeff. Again, follow Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter and on Threads. Follow him on Spotify and all the places you get podcasts and on YouTube as well. Because I just found out that my daughter has an early release from Northside today.
Daisy, get over here.
And the early release is at 12:40. So I was expected to be doing Locked On Spurs. So Jeff,
my son has early release too.
I had no idea. So I can still do Locked On, but we may have to move the time forward and back. That's how it goes. Now, oh my goodness, people are saying that dodgeball would want to do it. Can we have a dodgeball tournament where everyone's on one side?
That's what I'm saying.
Like by myself,
dude. Can you imagine? That would be fire though. Low key, like we could do a dodgeball tournament and raise money for charity.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
But I think what they're saying is they want to be 10 versus 1.
Yeah, they want to all be against you.
Okay,
they'd have to raise some money for charity.
Am I really that hated?
Oh man, you say some pretty horrible takes.
Some wild stuff. They're not horrible takes. It's takes that people don't want to hear.
They're pretty bad takes.
It's what they don't want to hear. That's the thing. Jason Garcia reaches out on our YouTube stream saying he's got some ruples. How many ruples for a throw? Hey man, we'll take money.
Daisy wants to go everywhere.
Yeah, Daisy is jumping on your lap at this point. I don't even know how old Daisy is. It's a Maltese.
Bro, make her a birth certificate, man.
No, my ex found her 10 years ago in the parking lot of her school. So this dog is either 10, 12, 15, don't know. Been around forever, man. Been around forever. Chris Gonzalez says, your pop culture takes suck. Well, so do yours.
Not the first time Mike will have balls going his way. Jason, you're on one today, bro.
Oh, yay. Gay jokes. Way.
Early release for the NBA All-Star break.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Charity. Okay, Sparkle. We raising money for them all. Okay.
So 1,000. Now we have had an uptick And I think part of it's because our show's expanding, our network is expanding. Sweep the League yesterday, going off on all things, even making fun of me for a little while there.
I think I was the catalyst for that when I said I'll put you in the dunk tank.
Well, no, it was beyond that. They were saying that my take that I thought the Spurs might be a 500 team.
Oh,
you know what? I didn't realize the rest of the squad was going to suck and that Pop would be this washed as a head coach. That guy is desperate. He's awful.
They're tanking, man.
They're not tanking. They just suck, dude.
Tanking, bro.
They just suck this year, and it's awful coaching going on. That's what's going on. Real fast, before we get into the sports and pop culture and nostalgia of it all, Carolina Teague on Twitter this morning coming at me posted a video saying accountability partner. Michael said that he'd go to the RCW wrestling event. I think it's their 22nd anniversary. It's taking place February 25th. And I have enjoyed wrestling before. I've gone to WWE. I don't watch it on TV, man. I can't watch wrestling like WrestleMania. And
you said wrestling's fake.
First of all of the WWE stuff, if you are there in person, it's a spectacle. It's fun. I went to WWE Raw last year with my daughter.
Yeah,
it is fun over what used to be called the AT&T Center.
I might be going to WrestleMania.
It is fun. What I don't understand is watching it on TV. Like,
what's wrong with it, man?
No, no different than watching a novella or watching a soap opera. I mean, it's days of our lives, right? I can't get watching it on TV on USA Network or, my God, paying for a pay-per-view. I can't do that.
They don't do pay-per-views no more.
Well, I mean, it's streaming or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But now RCW is coming to town, and I've been wanting to go. And every time CT tells me to go, she goes, "Oh, by the way, it's sold out, but they're going to have standing room only." And I don't like that. So she called me out yesterday. She pulled a clip that said that I would go to this and I'd be happy to go and I'd go party, I'd go drink out there and all that stuff. And then she posts something saying accountability partner as though I was lying to her, that I would lie to CT on the day before Valentine's Day, the sacred day that is the day before Valentine's Day. So Carolina Teague, I'm talking to you right now, CT the Mike Slayer, and I'm going to do this in wrestling fashion. You know, I'm going to come at you strong, baby. How dare you come after me, baby? After coming out on my podcast, as much as we love you on Tuesdays on Teague, with Teague, you came at me on Twitter, calling me a liar, calling me somebody who would not show up to RCW turns 22. Well, CT, take a look at this. These are tickets that I have purchased. 5 of them. Did I purchase 2? Did I purchase 1? No, I purchased 5, girl, to RCW. So come hang out with me. I'm in section B, row C, 3rd row. I've got seats 4 through 9. I will be there, CT. I love you, girl. I love you, girl. What is Daisy doing?
She's trying to eat the little ant stuff that I put out here.
Oh, okay. Daisy, get over here.
Get over here, girl. Go on.
I was going to leave her in the truck, but I don't think that's right. But Carolina, I will be out there. And if you want to go out there, those who listen to the show, listen to this podcast, I'll be in section B, row C. I was taking a look at the map when you buy the tickets. The tickets are there's not a lot of rows, man. There's like 3 or 4 rows on each side. And then there's like one section that's a little bit bigger than the others. As Jesus reaches out to us on our YouTube stream, I don't hate wrestling. I just hate standing. That's it. He also says you can't leave your dogs in the car, which is why I brought the dog inside of Joe's house. Midtown Texas, a charity wrestling match versus Teague. I see what you're doing there. I see where you're going. Okay. He just wants to wrestle Teague. That's going to cost more than $5 and more than just charity. No. But
you know what? Maybe you get a chop to the chest by somebody, man. Just to, you know.
I'll already be there. I'm not afraid.
They lick the hand and then they go.
What you're referring to is a bitch slap.
Exactly.
Okay, so the Duncan booth, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Okay, I will pull my best.
I'm saying on the chest, not to the face.
Okay,
that's a wrestling move.
If it's a wrestler doing it, I would do it.
Yes, to the chest. It's not like, oh, they're gonna slap you in the face. No, it's like getting chopped, man, like they do in wrestling.
Jonathan C. reaches out saying, Mike cutting a wrestling promo. Woo!
Oh God, man.
Ric Flair voice.
You need to have the boa.
I know.
And you know what?
I still haven't seen that Carrie Von Erich movie, or the Von Erichs, or whatever that
Yeah.
was called. I got to check that out pretty soon. But let's go ahead and get into some sports, man. Again, we do sports, pop culture, nostalgia. We go for about an hour and 15 minutes. Today, I'm doing an hour. Joe's doing an hour and 15 because I was late because Daisy was on the road. But
She's following your neighbor for what, 3 miles?
yeah, my neighbor was like, "Hey, man, I was going up and down the streets, and she just kept following me." But the big news from yesterday that we need to get into, the headline from mysa.com: former Spurs player Bryn Forbes arrested on family violence charge. It happened again. Former Spur arrested a couple of days ago at an apartment complex on North Loop 1604 Northwest Side around 2:15 in the morning on Monday. The victim is a 30-year-old woman described as Forbes's ex-significant other. Don't know if it's the same person that he was accused of assaulting a while back last year. Those charges eventually were dropped. But the belief is, according to the police report, the woman claims that Forbes was banging on the door in the middle of the night, 2 in the morning, runs inside of the house, like as she opens the door to let him in, he bursts through and allegedly attacks her, right? And sends an arm to her neck, and she says, "You're choking me." And apparently, according to the police report, said, "If you can breathe, you're not being choked." Jeez. She managed to get out, right, and had visible wounds to her neck, managed to escape. Police arrived on the scene, and she described him as that is Bryn Forbes, former San Antonio Spur. And, you know, Bryn Forbes is somebody who really fucked up his life. This is somebody who is a complete piece of shit, allegedly.
That's the mother of his children that he's assaulted, I think. Something like
that. And I don't know if it's the same porn star that was before.
I think this was the mom, the mother of his children that he got an altercation with.
Because there was a porn star that he was accused of assaulting a while back.
I think it was a La Cantera or something like that resort. So, yeah, man, he went and beat that girl up bad. Like in the room, they had like an altercation or some type of a, I guess, argument. And that's what it ensued by him assaulting her. Now the mother of his children, he gets into an argument with, I believe. And not only does he assault her, but he's choking her.
Right.
And I don't know if he's doing this in front of the kids, but I'm like, well, damn, bro, like that's not good. And there, the rumors are he's hanging around a bad crowd.
No. We shouldn't say that. Maybe he's the bad crowd.
Yeah, but
maybe Bryn Forbes is the bad crowd because, again, you mentioned this is the mother of his kids, right?
Mother of his kids.
And that porn star wasn't just somebody he was dating. That was a fiance of his.
Yeah.
And that happened. I remember he got released, I believe, by the Bucks. Yeah. And then a couple of days later, here at the La Cantera Resort, gets in trouble over there. Former fiance. Now he's going after a former the mother of his kids, another ex of his. The guy's a piece of shit, and it's I don't want to hear running with the wrong crowd. He might be the wrong crowd, and this is somebody. A lot of people were going back and forth on Twitter about this yesterday, going off about how the Spurs had this guy not only once but twice, and I think that the Spurs PR is taking a hit these days. Because I know that we have the Tim, Tony, and Manu days, right? Where, David Robinson was a very, very good man, still a very good man. Tim Duncan, family man. Manu Ginobili, family man. But there have also been some Spurs out there who have either been sketchy or kind of douchey, right? We see this with, Tony Parker with the accusations that he was going after Brent Barry's wife, his own teammate's wife back in the day. We see Joshua Primo when he was released by the Spurs after allegedly exposing himself to Dr. Hillary Cawthon multiple times. That led to the Spurs paying a settlement and non-disclosure agreements being made back and forth. We'll never know the extent or the details of all that because the Spurs, they got the rug, they got the broom, and they swept everything under the rug. Bryn Forbes was somebody that Pop had a hard-on for many seasons. And I never understood why. Bryn Forbes was somebody who could never play defense.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about Malachi Branham and the how bad he is at defense, but he can sometimes knock down a three. Dude, Bryn Forbes, that was that guy. And Bryn Forbes had some nights where he would light it up for 4 or 5 3-pointers. And if he was feeling it in the first quarter, then you kept him in the game. But my goodness, when you saw Bryn Forbes play like shit, you knew it from the get-go. From the get-go, what you were going to get out of him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Pop knew anything about this or the front office knew anything about it. But what I am saying is that maybe we shouldn't glorify a lot of these players, because the fact of the matter is we don't know who they are.
Yeah, you don't know who they are as people.
As people. Even the ones that on a PR have a smiling face.
Yeah.
It's funny because as somebody that was in the media, I'm not a journalist anymore, but I used to be. And you knew which players were fucking around on their wives, cheating on their baby mamas, and all. You knew, and I know. I have a Rolodex in my head of back in the day, the late 90s, early 2000s, when I was a journalist.
Oh, that's why they got rid of the silver dancers, bro.
Did we? Well, it could be. But did we talk about that? No, we didn't. And would I ever mention or name names? No, I won't.
Yeah.
But we knew. It was public knowledge in the media room who was stepping out. Right? And
shout out to the OG Greg Simmons, man.
Yeah, Greg Simmons would be like, we ain't talking about this.
Hey, dude, he would pull his women back in the day, man.
He was. With success comes things like that.
Yeah. OG, triple OG there.
Yeah.
Greg Simmons.
Chris Lehouse saying Mike snitching. I ain't snitching. Ain't at all, dude. But the fact of the matter is that we don't know who these guys are, dude. And that's why I find it funny when people say, well, Wemby said this, and he said that he would be okay with the rebuild, and he says that he'd be okay with Pop. Dude, all of that is just bullshit. You need to understand that. That is called public relations. We don't know what these guys are thinking, what they're doing after they get off the court or whatever the case may be. There's a very good chance that Bryn Forbes has been this guy since high school. I mean, I'm not saying that we have any proof of that, but I bet you if you peel back the layers of the onion, people don't start becoming abusive at 30. Chances are they were dickheads when they were in their 20s and dickheads when they were in their teens.
Yeah, but I'm saying what they were saying, the rumor on the street is that he just runs with the bad crowd. So he's already a bad person, right?
Yeah.
Just being around those people, it just amplifies what's already inside you.
Right. Chris Lehouse says, also everyone blaming Pop in the front office like if Bryn Forbes did that shit here. He did that after he left. That's where I'm pushing back, Chris. We don't know that. He got arrested after he left San Antonio. There's a very good chance, Chris, that he was doing this while he was playing for the Spurs. It just didn't become public. And I'm not saying Pop in the front office knew about it or that they allowed or condoned it. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that we don't know what these guys are doing. When guys get caught cheating, it's not the first time that they cheated that they get caught.
Yeah.
Chances are when their spouse or significant other finds out, it's been going on for a while. It's been a while, right? And the same thing goes with domestic abuse. By the time you've been arrested, you've done it 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, or 50 times. And then it went way, 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 way too far.
Yeah.
Bryn Forbes, if I had to bet money on it, and I'll never know the answer, and you can't tell me otherwise, this motherfucker was probably doing this when he was a Spur. Because you don't just start suddenly doing this. You don't just suddenly take off the Spurs jersey, go play for the Bucks, and go like, I'm now an evil person. You were a dickhead the entire time. Your entire adulthood. That's the thing about Josh Primo as well. They make it sound like he just joined the Spurs and suddenly started dropping his towel. Like he just decided to do that when he was 20 years old. No! That guy was probably doing crap like that in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
He was probably doing shit in middle school. No, the first time a guy cheats is not the time he gets caught. It's usually 30 or 40 or 50 times down the road. The first time somebody gets arrested for domestic abuse, they've been doing this for months, if not years. Same thing with people who are pedophiles and stuff like that. The first time they get caught is probably not the first time they tried it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was doing this more than likely, allegedly being a dickhead when he was a member of the Spurs. And, Chris Gonzalez reached out and says, look at Sam Hurd. Sam Hurd, former Dallas Cowboy wide receiver who was arrested on drug trafficking charges. He was actually convicted of that. I believe he went to Brackenridge High School here in San Antonio. But the thing about it is that Sam Hurd, do have a tall tale about Sam Hurd. I karaoke'd with Sam Hurd one night.
Oh, no.
I met him at a charity event at the AT&T Center where there were celebrity chefs or celebrity waiters, by the way. He was our celebrity waiter. Me and my first ex-wife were there with her friends. He was our celebrity waiter. We told him, hey, we're going to go karaoke. And the dude showed up. He showed up.
Really?
It was a karaoke place right behind North Star Mall. I think, I forgot what it's called. Is it Bogies or something like that? We went out there. He was fun. Got arrested a few months later. But tall tale time, that was an image that popped up in my head. But David Otwater said, I heard Primo did that at Alabama. I don't doubt it. I don't know if he did or not.
There's all sorts of rumors circulating about Primo, man.
Yeah.
You know? I wouldn't doubt he did that when he was already in, college. That's probably, where you started hearing more and more about it because, of course, you're going to be more in the public eye.
Right.
So I'm sure there's a lot of things that are being hush.
Well,
behind the scenes.
Do you ever see the movie Draft Day?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a very good movie. It has some, I watch it every year around draft time. NFL draft is going to be coming up pretty soon. I think that's in April. I get excited about that movie because it's Kevin Costner. And part of the whole part of that movie, though, was they're talking about this guy named Bo Callahan. Should they draft him or not? And they do a recon on him. So they have one guy who's checking out what he does on film, and they have another guy who's checking out what he's doing behind the scenes. Does he have friends? Does he have this, that, and the other? And there's something to be said about that. There's something to be said about knowing the psychological aspects of certain people and whether or not they're going to be good professionals. Just because you have the talent doesn't mean that you have the mental fortitude to become a professional in the NBA, the NFL, or MLB. And Bryn Forbes, I bet you if you had dug deep enough, you would have found out that this guy was probably a scumbag when he was in college. If you dug deep enough, I bet you would find out that Josh Primo was a scumbag when he was in college and in high school. But it's just one of those things. Does talent trump all?
Yeah.
And so, Bryn Forbes out of jail. Should he bonded out? He's charged with assaulting a family member by choking, strangulation, according to Bexar County arrest records, according to mysa.com. He is 30 years old, posted a $7,500 bond. And again, this happened Monday on the 5400 block of North Loop 1604 at 2:17 a.m. Again, 30-year-old woman described as his former ex, probably the mother of his kids, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Goes on to say that he had a relationship with a porn star named Elsa Jean, and he was arrested on February 15th, 2023. Dude, almost 1 year to the date. Almost
Brother
1 year
needs
to the
some help,
date.
man.
Yeah, he does need help. He does need help. But, I'm not going to blame Pop in the front office for this. But what I will say, though, is that as you are drafting players and getting players in, you got to go deep. You got to go deep into the psychological aspects of who they are and what they're doing and who they are. Matt Larimer reaches out and says, it's not a very good movie, but I watch it all the time. There's a lot of movies that are like that. You know what? That's a great pop culture reference. Let's go ahead and do that. So those of you who are following right now on our YouTube stream, what are some bad movies that you watch a lot? Because there are bad movies out there, but it's just ingrained in you and watch it. I'm going to give you an example. The movie Armageddon. God. Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler. That's a bad movie. It's a shitty movie. Independence Day is a shitty movie.
Nah, bro.
But,
that's a good movie, man.
But
come on.
If it's on, I'll watch it because it's entertaining. It's entertaining. It is the equivalent of a Britney Spears song back in the day, a Justin Bieber song back in the day, a Backstreet Boys song, an NSYNC song. It is pure sugar. It is pure sugar. It is good enough to kind of like when you're bored or when you just driving around to listen to, but you're not going to say that it's a good song. You're not going to say it's a good movie. Dude, Ben Affleck to this day makes fun of that movie. And the DVD commentary that he had back in the day where he's out there. Remember back in the day, DVD commentaries? Yeah. You'd buy the DVD, you'd watch the movie, and then you can watch the movie with the stars and the directors. Ben Affleck on the DVD commentary of the movie Armageddon calls it a stupid movie. He says this plot is dumb. It's a bad movie, but it's so much fun to watch. So tell me, what are some of these movies that you watch all the time that are bad? Matt Lerma says, I watch Big Trouble in Little China all the time. You know what? That qualifies. Some people watch it all the time. It's a stupid movie. It's a bad movie. Hey, Sush reaches out and says Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, is that a movie you watch all the time, but you know it's bad? If that's true, man, more power to you, man. More power to you. But again, that's the movie Draft Day I will be watching. Should I put Daisy in the kitchen at this point?
No, man. I got a cat inside. She'll probably go crazy running after her.
Dude, she'll probably be afraid of the cat. But again, my dog, again, likes to get loose. They like to get loose. And you know what? They always come back home. Daisy would have come back home on her own, but she found a walking partner and started following that person. And that person knew that he was out of the neighborhood, and he gave me a call at that point. Spurs back in action tonight. It's the final game before the All-Star weekend. We're going to see Victor Wembanyama take on Luka Doncic and the fellas from the Dallas Mavericks. You made fun of me yesterday there, Joe, when I said that the Spurs were going to lose this game, but be within 5 points. I'm taking a look at the spread for tonight. Spurs are favored to lose by 11.5. What I'm saying is that the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama coming off a historic triple-double where he had 27 points and double-digit rebounds and 10 blocks. I'm thinking Wemby will actually perform just as well today. I'm not saying triple-double,
yeah,
but I'm saying he's going to have a big game. I want to see Devin Vassell. Go ahead and give me my dog back. If that dog is pissing you off, huh?
I don't know where she's at. Oh, here she is. I'm just trying to get stuff out of her way so she won't eat it. There you go.
There you go, Daisy.
You're fine now.
Daisy girl.
I took away the bad stuff, so I don't want her to get sick, man.
Okay, she wants to be pet, so she's right here, right now. Spurs coming in at 11-43, 6-22 on the road. Mavericks are 31-23. Again, favored by 11.5 points. I like the Spurs covering tonight. I think the Spurs are going to keep it close. I think, like as always, they're going to lose it down the stretch.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in seeing Vassell again. Can he keep up the hot streak of 9 games in a row where he's averaging over 23 points per game? Can Victor Wembanyama sustain the greatness? He's done a triple-double before. Okay.
Yeah.
We've seen glimpses of him being a superstar. We finally saw it the other day. Can he do it again? Can he do it in back-to-back games? That's what I'm interested in.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do the triple-double.
No, but can he give us 30 and 15?
Possibly, man. I don't see why not. That depends all on Coach Pop and what the game plan is, you know?
Well, what we know is that Jakob Poeltl's not going to be on the other side getting stuffed every other play. Dude, he blocked Jakob Poeltl 5 times.
Hey, but some of these Spurs fans, man, were mad when they let Jakob Poeltl, go.
Dude, I'll never understand how Jakob Poeltl can't finish at the rim. He's 7 feet tall, and he's incapable of dunking the ball. Explain how that is possible.
You don't got that dog in him, man. You got to be aggressive. You're that big and you're near the rim. Dunk the fucking ball, bro.
Jonathan C. reaches out and says, Wemby is lucky to score 25. I like that bet, Jonathan C. We're going to make this an old-fashioned bet?
Gentleman's bet?
No, an old-fashioned bet. I'll take mine with some bullet. We need to get a nice little viewing party going. We've been talking. People have been bringing that up. We haven't had a party with the people.
We do. We need to have a watch party, man. But, I want to have a watch party where it's family friendly. You can go ahead and bring your significant other. You can bring your kids out if you want to.
Matt Pecker was a good place for that.
We have another one, though, too. I think it was called, is it Halftime Pizza? They have 2 locations, and I've been there before, and it's pretty dope, man. I like that place. It's a chill place, man.
Hey, the best part of Valentine's Day, by the way, the best part of Valentine's Day, and y'all were making fun of me already the first few minutes of the show because I asked Carolina Teague what she was going to be wearing tonight for Valentine's Day. Man. That was funny, dude. I don't care what anybody says. That was funny.
You got to watch it when you ask her stuff like that because she's very blunt. She'll
that. Oh, no. I know. I've known CT for years. I was fishing for that because I knew she would say. I mean, she came up to us asking us if we could last 4 minutes in bed.
Oh, my God.
So, I mean, at that point, at that point, the gloves are off. If you're going to be asking me that question, I'm going to be asking you, hey, what are you wearing for your boy? Your man over there.
Yeah. Oh God.
But because I am unattached for Valentine's Day and I am going through a divorce, I will say this, though. The best part of it is I didn't have to buy roses.
True
I
enough.
didn't have to buy any of that. And that's like normally, what, 75, $100 and go deliver it and all that stuff. Put a bear and balloons and all that stuff. Didn't have to do any of that crap.
You know
this
who's
year.
been my Valentine's for like 20 years already?
Your daughter.
My daughter.
Yeah.
It's a tradition that we have going. So every year I always wind up getting her flowers and I get her chocolate covered strawberries because that's her favorite, right?
Yeah.
And I give it to her every year, and every year she loves it. And we go and have a daddy-daughter date where we go and eat lunch together. So we're gonna keep that tradition going as well. I mean, I do something nice for the wife too, get her flowers and whatnot and all that, but I just have that thing with my daughter, where I always do that with my daughter, and she expects it. She was even telling the wife the other day when they were in the car together getting groceries, is like, "Yeah, I can't wait to go out with dad. We're gonna go eat lunch together." And like,
yeah, and there's something to be said about that. And I
Yeah.
think the world would be a better place if every guy out there had a daughter that loved them back.
yeah,
Not just have a daughter biologically, but love them back. Because my oldest daughter, Gabby, who by the way is in the Philippines right now with her grandma, she was at the same church that her grandparents got married at 50 plus years ago for
yeah,
an Ash Wednesday ceremony. So they have the ashes on there. They're 14 hours ahead right now. So it's night time over there in Manila. But my daughter, Gabby, we spend so much time together and it's a different perspective. It's funny because whenever I talk to guys out there who don't have daughters,
yeah,
you could tell that their worldview is different compared to the worldview that I have and the worldview that you have. It's different when you have daughters. Life is a lot better. You're a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more understanding. And my oldest daughter loves to go out, dude. We go to concerts. We've seen the Killers 3 times.
yeah.
We're gonna go see them again for a fourth time together this year. Having daughters is the biggest blessing ever. Now, my youngest daughter, she's in her emo phase right now. So, she's one of the ones that, she puts on the earbuds and like
Yeah.
is gone to the world. So maybe at some point she'll come around and want to spend time with dad. But this morning I got her, I got it yesterday, but I gave it to her today. For Valentine's, I got her some American Cookie Company cookies.
Oh yeah,
They
those
were
are good,
heart shaped, but they said "Be mine."
Yeah,
Happy Valentine's Day, all that stuff, just like those little candies.
yeah.
But they made them into cookies. And she saw it, she shrieked. And I knew when she shrieked, she was happy. And I said, Ava, you can share these with your friends or you can keep them all to yourself. And
Yeah.
she said, I'm keeping them all to myself because Great American Cookie Company, amazing. Dude, when I went to North Star Mall the other day, there's like a Great American Cookie Company every 50 feet.
Oh,
Dude, I was like, no, it's too much sugar. And then you walk a few feet further and there's more cookies, and a few feet further there's even more cookies.
yeah.
How many stands do they have over there? I swear they
A
have at
lot,
least
man.
3.
They may be making money, man. But you know what? Low key, like their lemonade they have there with the cookie, dude. That shit goes hard, man.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
good.
John reaches out and says, Jimenez is a great dad. Good job. That was a good pick right there. By the way, I also got my kids Bucky's Valentine's shirts, and I get them larger than expected because they go to sleep in Bucky's gear pretty much all the time.
Oh man.
Hanover Fist says, glad they got a Jamba Juice over at North Star Mall now. Dude, I went to the Jamba Juice over there about a week or two ago, and I was like, I would like to have a healthy smoothie. And they said, we don't got one. I'm going, what? How is that possible? But they said they didn't have one.
Daisy's all affectionate over here, man.
Oh, Daisy's a loving dog. She sleeps on the bed all the time. So I have my husky that sleeps in the bathroom, and then I have my golden retriever that sleeps in the on the couch in the front. And they're very, very good dogs. They are. They're very loving dogs. But they when
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Spring went black. I brought it back though.
We're going to be going out of the country, and the plan is for us to go to Argentina. She wanted to go someplace Latin. She likes traveling the world. Her mom is taking her to Europe. She's in the Philippines now. She says someplace Latin, Dad, but not Mexico. I was like, okay.
Not Mexico, man. Mexico's like cool, dude. Like, especially you go to like.
Yeah, but she's been there before.
I'll go to Cancun all day, man.
But she doesn't want to do the resorts.
I love the resort.
She wants to do like check out a city and just like
go check out the pyramids, man.
It does nothing for her. It does nothing for her. She wanted to watch something more cosmopolitan. And I told her, what about Buenos Aires? I've never been to South America.
Go to Atlantis.
Never been to South America. I've been to Europe one time. That was when I was 20 years old. I spent my 20th birthday in Europe. That's the last time I've been outside of the continent. So I want to go over there. Going to be going to Vegas March 20th through the 23rd. Excited about that. We're taking the show on the road. Haven't picked a location yet to do the podcast, but I will tell you what. I bet you every single casino out there will be friendly towards it because it's advertising. Yeah, Vegas is one of the few places that's like free exposure. That's it. Matt Larimer reaches out and says, Daisy pulled the cord. That's when we went black. That's when we went black. Yeah, Daisy's a good
She might have, like, she keeps jumping up here, so she might have hit something on the keyboard or something.
Yeah. But again, Spurs in action tonight, taking on Dallas. I'm predicting a good game, dude. I am predicting a good game. Hey, was taking a look at the apologies. Travis Kelce apologized to his head coach. Did you see that? He was like, my bad, but you won. My bad, but we won. That's all he had to say, right?
Yeah.
He even said it was unacceptable, so there you go.
He's a competitor. He wants to win. You know, he just felt like it wasn't being utilized. But you know what? Once he did that, miraculously, he started getting utilized a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he was basically telling Andy Reid that your game
up.
plan is shit and you need to wake up.
Yeah, it's like, this is the biggest game ever, man. Wake the F up.
So there's a big story over the all that came online. Brian Windhorst from ESPN was reporting that the Golden State Warriors made a bid to get LeBron James at the trade deadline, that it didn't happen. But the fact that Golden State would reach out to Lakers and say, hey, we'd be offering you some people, some picks, some players for the rest of LeBron James's contract. Very reminiscent of when Kevin Durant signed over there as a free agent. And I'm thinking to myself, would that have been a good thing for the NBA? Because LeBron James, in one sense, it's a good thing for the NBA because you'd have two of the all-time greats, LeBron James, Steph Curry, arguably both of them in the top 10 of all time, playing together at the end of their career. That would be a great storyline for the NBA. But then again, you would also take LeBron James out of the Los Angeles market.
And that's not good in a sense because he brings the ratings wherever he goes, especially in LA.
Right.
There's a lot of games that are televised, especially with Lakers, you know, because they're the Lakers. But now you insert one LeBron James, it makes them that much more watchable.
It would have been exciting.
Yeah.
It would have been entertaining because I don't think LeBron James and Steph Curry could lead a team to like an NBA Finals. Not at this stage of this career.
But they're going to have a lot of games televised, you know,
right,
on a national level. Yeah.
You know, people are asking, well, who would they have traded, right? Well, I mean, you have Klay Thompson, who is, I mean, Klay Thompson's not bad anymore. The problem is that Klay Thompson has gone from being a superstar to simply just being a little bit above average. Can't play defense worth crap anymore, man. All the injuries, no lateral movement, and he knows it. There's nothing more depressing right now in the NBA than listening to Klay Thompson right now give an interview. Klay Thompson, every time I see an interview of him, he's just basically there going, I know I'm not the same. I know I'm not the same, but I'd like to have one more big contract. I know I'm not the same.
You know what I was thinking about Daisy right now, dude? I should put those little booties on that have like the brooms.
Yeah,
whatever on the bottom. She'd be cleaning my whole place right now.
Little Roomba.
A little Roomba, Daisy. We're going to turn you into a Roomba.
Daisy's a good girl. Daisy's a good girl.
She is good. I like her, man. It's like you put those little things on her feet, man. She'd be cleaning the whole place.
She's an old dog. Like I said, we got her 10 years ago, and I bet you she's right at life expectancy, but she's still pretty spry. She's still pretty spry. She runs around and she chases after the two other dogs. And on top of that, we've had to switch up her food, man, because I used to give her the kibble.
Yeah.
And now I have to give her like that soft food.
Oh, yeah.
And she eats that like crazy.
Yeah.
It's that I forgot what it's called, but it comes in a little tray and you have to peel it off.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
more disgusting than getting the juices of that on your finger.
God,
You can go wash your hands for
It
like
ain't coming
10 minutes.
off.
It ain't coming off. Dude, I was at Bill Miller's yesterday having breakfast, right?
Yeah.
And you know how you go to a Bill Miller's, the restrooms are really small.
Yeah.
It's usually one urinal, one toilet, and then you've got the sink, right? And
Yeah.
it's really narrow and small. So I go in there and I start doing my business. You know, I'm peeing. Guy comes out of the stall. He starts washing his hands. My question for you is that, you know, I just pissed. I need to wash my hands because I'm going to go eat. How long, if you know that somebody's behind you waiting to wash your hands, what is too long of a hand wash? Because I swear that guy washed his hands as though he was scrubbing for surgery like a doctor.
Jeez, man.
He was washing his hands thoroughly.
Did he come out of the stall?
Yeah.
He was laying pipe.
Well, I mean, he was probably pinching loaves. I get that. But he was washing his hands just repeatedly for like what had to have been like a minute and a half. And then on top of that, he then pulled his sleeves up and started washing his forearms. Is he going into surgery? Is he performing surgery in the drive-thru? What was this guy doing? And I was thinking to myself, this is the longest I've ever had to wait to wash my hands at a restaurant like this. Like, he knew I was behind him. What the hell was he doing? Now, I'm not saying that I want him to wash his hands for 5 seconds. 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 seconds. Fine. But that guy must have been like 2 minutes total washing his hands in between the fingers, the forearms. I swear he even rubbed his elbows with soap, dude.
Look at Coach Gio from Sweep the League. He says maybe he was a cook.
Maybe he was a jerk, man. I mean, dude, seriously. It was a little bit much. And what am I doing the entire time? I'm just standing there in line, just like, you know, like bobbing my head. I don't even have any like, you know, AirPods on or anything. I'm not listening to music to pass the time. I'm literally just watching this dude. He knows that I'm behind him.
You don't give a damn. He's like, whatever. Hey, you know what? Getting off subject real quick, though, is that we're going to have playback or playlist Fridays, right?
Yeah.
So I got to get on the ball, man, and hurry up and start putting out a tweet and tell everybody, man, hey, go ahead and start letting us know what songs you want on the playlist for the weekend.
Okay,
you know?
So I think that it can't be so broad as to say, give us a song.
Yeah.
Let's give a genre of a song.
You want to give it a theme or what?
Yeah, you know, like if we're gonna say 2000s rock and 90s R&B,
dad rock playlist.
Dad rock playlist.
Oh, God.
You know, because if we're gonna get a playlist that's gonna have Insane Clown Posse,
man. Yeah,
and we're gonna have STP, Soundgarden, and then we're gonna have the Bee Gees. No, there needs to be some sort of theme for the week.
I'll get with Brandon, man, because maybe we could do like, give us your dad rock playlist. That would be funny, dude. You know, it'd be filled with Creed and some other, was it what is that other brand? Incubus or something like that.
Oh, don't diss Incubus. Oh, Fuel sucks, dude. Fuel sucks.
Nickelback. I mean, come on, man. You'd be drunk in the backyard then. These are some bangers. Oh,
let's go ahead and do some entertainment news, man. Let's go ahead and get that
the jingle. Here we go.
Let's do it. You know, I'm a big fan of Hot Ones, right?
Yeah.
Hot Ones is that show. I listen to it I watch it on YouTube all the time. It's on Peacock. Hot Ones. We talked about this the other day with what was her name? Sydney Sweeney was on Hot Ones the other day. And I was thinking about Hot Ones because I read an article on TMZ this morning that I thought to be funny. The host of Hot Ones is named Sean Evans. And I have a photo of him up right now. Sean Evans is a dorky journalist kind of guy who interviews all these pop stars, actors, and comedians, and gives them very thought-provoking questions.
Let's show this guy's mug, man. There he is.
Well, the thing is that it is reported that he may be hooking up with a porn star. that goes by the name Melissa Stratton. TMZ is reporting that these two, this dorky reporter with this smoke show of a porn star, have been hanging out since December. Again, according to TMZ, Hot Ones host Sean Evans dating porn star Melissa Stratton.
Yeah.
She's on the big screen or the small screen, or should I say the cell phone screen, when it comes to porn. Apparently she's a big name. I'd never heard of her, but apparently she's a big name. And she also does OnlyFans and all that stuff. And there are photos of the two of them at the Super Bowl and hanging out in Vegas the entire weekend. And there are other photos that she had posted on her Instagram showing these two together week after week over the past month and a half or so. Now, his social media shows nothing of her. His is all work. It's all business. But photo after photo, look at them. This is them in Vegas the week of Super Bowl. Oh, look, they're shopping for clothes. So there's a lot of that going on. Oh, here they are at a party. So they didn't just bump into each other at a Vegas party.
Yeah.
They obviously are, at the very least, good friends.
Nah, bro. Come on, man.
They're banging, aren't they?
Yeah, he fucking dude. Come on.
So they got me thinking. So Hot Ones, by the way, is that show, and I'm going to show the video of Hot Ones right here, courtesy of YouTube and Peacock. This was the episode where they had Sydney Sweeney trying the hot wings. It's where they start off with hot wings that are very mild to some that are just insanely hot. And it's a very popular show, has several seasons. Sean Evans, looking over there like Mr. Rogers, asking very interesting questions of these people. Does a very good job. And I'm a big fan of this show. I love this show. But this guy reeled in a porn star?
Yeah.
A famous one at that, apparently.
Don't hate, appreciate, Mike. Come on, man. That's Poodle Pincher game. That dude has tons of game, bro.
Swiss reaches out and says,
respect.
LMAO, laughing my ass off. Joe knows what he's doing.
No, he knows what's going on because I said they fucking do.
Yeah.
That's all right. Stay strong, King. Stay strong.
Head of a fist says, surprised that guy doesn't have ulcers from all them hot wings. Because again, not only does she not only does the actress or the comedian have to eat them, but so does him. He has to do that as well.
What if this stuff's not even hot?
Charlie Hernandez says he's on sugar daddy status.
Hey,
man, I might have to do that, right? I mean, I'm gonna be divorced in the next 3 or 4 months. Sugar daddy Jimenez. That might have to be a thing.
You either hunt or go hungry, bro.
There you go. Again, this is courtesy of Peacock Network. Sydney Sweeney looking like a dime, 1 seed of 1 seeds. But I find it to be funny. This guy seems to be like a normal guy. How do they meet? Is it just because they're from LA? Is that what it is?
Probably, man. Maybe they met a party or something. Maybe they have friends in the same circle or something that hooked them up or something.
She was apparently going for the Chiefs.
Hey.
I don't want to click on that.
Oh, let me ask you a question. You wouldn't date a former porn star?
No, never.
Oh man, come on, Mike.
Never would, dude. I you don't know. Kind of like I told that story that everyone thought was a tall tale, right? Where I accidentally dated a stripper.
Yeah.
I unknowingly dated a stripper back in the day. She was at Giorgio's on 410 and Callahan back in the day.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I could. I mean, throwing a hot dog in the hallway, dude. It just wouldn't.
What's the difference between that and dating another girl that's already been with the relationship with all these other dudes, man?
Well, one is the porn star has been seen by millions of people.
Yeah.
Oh,
you saw that, but I'm saying like it could be the same thing. Like you don't know how many guys these girls been through. I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter who she was with. She with you now. Yeah.
So, Matt Lerma says porn stars have podcasts now and all types of stuff in LA. He does podcasts all the time. They probably do run in the same circles. More power to him, dude. If it means nothing to him, that's great. But the thing is that it's not like she's a former porn star. She's a current porn star. So it's like, hey, we had a great time in Vegas for the weekend. And she's like, I got to go back to work on Monday. When she goes back to work on Monday, she ain't going to an office.
You think he's gonna go out there on set with her?
No. Good grief, man. That's funny, dude.
Damn.
That's funny though. But yeah, I guess congratulations. But I like the fact that she's all about him on her social media, and he's like, "Who's she? You know, who's she?"
It says, Mike, look up Autumn Falls. See if you would date her.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'll bite. I'll bite. Let's see here.
Jonathan C saying that's just some statement. Dude, I'm just cracking Mike's balls, dude. I'm just trying to get him to crack a little bit. That way we can make more fun of him. We can cook him.
Yeah. No comment on Autumn Falls, by the way. Again, sports, pop culture, nostalgia.
Yeah.
Jason Kelce. We're not going to talk about Travis. Okay, we're not going to talk about Taylor. There's a lot of content about them over the weekend. Taylor's now off and doing her shows again. Travis Kelce has apologized.
What's up, Daisy?
But the Jason Kelce party face that he does, where he wears the masks.
Oh, that like luchador mask.
He said on his podcast, New Heights, that he found it on the floor of a nightclub.
Damn, bro.
At the club that they were at earlier that evening. And Travis Kelce is there saying, did you at least wash it?
Nah, bro.
Did you rinse it? Look, I have this video here of him walking in. I mean, okay, Travis and Taylor, whatever. I am more focused on Jason Kelce, because Jason Kelce appears to me to be like the guy that we want to party with. I mean, I'm sure Travis is cool. I'm sure Taylor's cool. But wouldn't it be Jason Kelce to be the guy in the NFL that we wish we could party with? This guy takes off his shirt. Bill's Mafia embraces him, even though he plays for the Eagles.
He's a man of the people.
Man of the people. Goes out there in Vegas and he gets on the stage with the DJs, like not just like a regular casino DJ, but famous DJs. He goes out there and does his thing. I absolutely love. There he is, right there. There he is. There he is.
Yeah,
there he is. Oh, there's Mahomes going wild.
I said marshmallow dude or whatever.
Yeah, marshmallow. But let me ask you that question though: is Jason Kelce the one NFL star you'd want to hang out with, or is there somebody else that you can think of? Like me, I would never want to party with Dak Prescott.
Oh no, man.
You know, now Dak Prescott's baby mama, she fine. She Latina. She fine. Okay. But as people say, you know, Chris Gonzalez reaches out and says Jason Kelce is a man of the people. And John asked the question, did y'all see when he dressed up like Alan from The Hangover?
Yeah,
when he was in Vegas.
We showed that picture.
Had the satchel and everything.
Yeah.
It was great. Dude, Jason Kelce's that guy, dude. And he's got the like really humble wife. That's also really cool as well. Kylie Kelce.
She keeps him grounded, bro.
She does, but she realizes that he likes to party.
Yeah.
And she stays home. She's like, you go do your thing.
Yeah, I think she'll go out with him, but she'll like kind of let him do his thing, but then she'll be like, all right, that's about enough, man.
Like when he took off his shirt at the game.
She let him go, but then she was like,
she was far away from him.
No, she let him do his thing. She said, I knew he was going to do something, you know, and she's like, he's letting him have it. She's letting him have his fun. And then she's like, all right, you got to start coming back in because it's creating an issue for the security because they're trying to keep you safe and they're trying to keep everybody back. And she's like, you got to come back in. And he's like, all right, you know, she's speaking sense to him. And he's like, okay, I'll come back in again into the booth, you know, into the little suite that they were in.
I guess the friend that I would want back in the day was probably Gronk, right? Gronk was probably the guy that you would want to party with back in the day.
Yeah.
But right now, you know, I'm going through the Rolodex of minds because like at all the quarterbacks that I look at there, I don't want to party with Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow. I don't want to party with Tua or Brock Purdy. There's something about the tight end position that just screams they like to party. They like to just go hang out.
Yeah, man. They just like to hang out with the people.
They get the limelight like the receiver does, but they have to do the dirty work that the offensive lineman has to do. I think that's the reason why they're kind of like man of the people, but they're also the man of the locker room as well.
Yeah.
They can kind of go do both. But Jason Kelce, man, that guy can party, man. I want to party with him. Matt reaches out and says he wants to party with Cam Newton. Well, you got to dress to impress at that point, baby. Chris says that MFer got drunk and passed out on his first date with Kylie Kelce. He talks about that all the time. She talks about that all the time. They met online. They met on Tinder, by the way.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jason Kelce, Mario Cavazos, what up with that video of Shaq and Jason Kelce talking about who Shaq said had no fear? So that was a great interview there. I mean, I did see that. So basically, Jason Kelce was on a interview somehow with Shaq. That was a weird combo. And they asked the question to Shaq. They're like, you're one of the most dominant people, one of the most feared people in the NBA back in your time. Who was the one player that you did not show fear towards you, that showed no fear towards you? And right off the top of his head, he goes, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan just wasn't scared of me.
Didn't give a shit.
And it got me thinking about all the stuff that Kevin Garnett used to do to Tim Duncan back in the day to try to get under his skin. And even Kevin Garnett said that
it pissed him off because he couldn't get a reaction.
Couldn't get a reaction. And then he says that even the reactions that he did get from Tim Duncan pissed him off because it sounded like Tim was being condescending, and he doesn't even know whether Tim was being condescending or what, because he was. I remember that interview with Kevin Garnett where Kevin Garnett said that Tim made a move on him and looked at him and said, "Got you." Yeah. he goes, he was the one trying to do the intimidating, and then he sees this guy post up on him, do a drop step to the hole, and he goes, "Got you," or when he messes up, like Garnett goes up for a shot and Duncan either blocks it or alters the shot, and he looks at him and goes, "Almost." That the trash talk of Tim was just 2 words, man. It was like 6 letters.
He probably pissed him off even more. He's like, "Look at this motherfucker, man. I'm gonna get him, man." Hey, Tim Gonzalez is asking, Mike, are you going to ref the high school all-star game next month?
Oh, I wish, man. I wish. I thought my season was over, but I have a game tomorrow. I didn't know that the game still existed. Everyone had said that the season was over.
Yeah.
I don't think the game I have tomorrow is a playoff game. And if it is a playoff game, it's not going to be a high level, 6A varsity type of game. I've got a game tomorrow at Medina Valley. I don't know what's going on over there. I mean, it's not varsity, but I did have the pleasure of doing 6A varsity this year. If I had to give myself a grade this year for officiating, I give myself a B+. I think that I have some room for improvement on some things. What I need is I need to go to a camp, and I need to follow along. I've been to a camp before, Joe, where they have you wear these frameless glasses, and after you referee a game, because they have like all these AAU type players go out there, after you referee a game, they show the video of what you were watching the entire time, and if you're looking where you should be looking. And it's the weirdest thing because it's these glasses, these goggles, no lenses. They just want to know, where are you looking? What are you doing? And I need to go do that again. And they've been asking me if I want to do other sports. People are saying, hey, you should do baseball or softball. And I'm sure I could do baseball or softball. But I don't want to bake in the sun, man. That just doesn't do it for me.
You got to contend with getting hit in the nuts by the ball.
Yeah.
And I
don't know enough about softball. I mean, I know enough about it, but like to make certain calls, I don't know. But it's funny in basketball, there's certain plays that happen where I 100% don't know the rule on. I know about 99% of the play rule, the rule book front and back. But there's certain things that happen where I need to flag down somebody and go, dude, this scenario happened. I had never dealt with that. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a guy the other day in a high school game. He inbounded the ball, and to get in line to, I guess, to get into position to catch the ball, like he inbounded the ball to this one guy, and he wanted the ball back, right? He wanted to take the ball up the court. But instead of running on, like inbounding the ball and then running onto the court, he inbounded the ball and then ran down the sidelines out of bounds for like 15 feet and then reappeared onto the court. And I didn't call anything because I was thinking to myself, Man, I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody run out of bounds for 15 to 20 feet and then magically reappear on the court because he didn't want to be guarded. It was the weirdest thing. I had a play last week where it was a high school game and it was Taft against Holmes, and there was a rebound on a shot attempt, and the offensive player got the ball and threw it back towards his teammates, right? He didn't throw it, but it wasn't a tip. It was like this palm, and threw it backwards, and the ball went back beyond the midcourt line, and I called an over and back. I called a midcourt, half court violation. And they're like, no one ever had possession. And I was like, well, that guy had enough in him to know where his teammate was and guide the ball in that direction.
Yeah.
Is that guide control? So there are certain rules. I have a list of about 20 scenarios that happened over the year where I want someone to give me clarification on, because it's stuff that you don't see every day, but they happen every once in a while. Every once in a while. Matt Lerm asking the question, technical foul, 5 players have to be on the court. No. There is some leeway to it. But I think that person went too far. But I had no reference point in the book to make that happen. So but it didn't really affect anything. So there's a lot of little random weird things that happen throughout the game. And I just need a little bit of clarification. I'm a good official, but I'm not a great one. I'm a very good official, not a great one. And I think it's these little things. Another camp will get me going into the potentially great category so that I can stick with 6A varsity as opposed to only do it, twice a month or 3 times a month. I want to do it every week. And there are guys who do that. Joe, I'm a big believer in what you're saying, man. The dunk booth.
I'm telling you, man.
Now, Sweep the League would have to be in on this as well, because I think Rudy Campos Jr. also deserves to be in the dunk tank.
Go in the drink?
Yeah, why not? Why does it have to be just me? Like Rudy's takes are all sterling and spectacular. We all have good takes. We all have bad takes. It's just that my takes are unpopular. Even the ones that are good,
you
are
just
unpopular.
Don't want to be the only one.
Okay, fine. If it's just me, fine. But what then? So it can be $1. The whole goal needs to be that we raise at least $500 for the food bank.
We're gonna raise money for charity,
or the Animal Defense League, or
I
Haven
like
for
Animal
Hope.
Defense League.
Haven for Hope. You know what? People love animals, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that for animals.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Giving
it to Animal Defense League.
Humane
like
Society of San Antonio. Give me for $25, I'll eat a dog biscuit. Something like that. For $300, I'll eat Alpo. Because Alpo looks like Anigasada anyway.
Jesus Christ, bro!
He looks like Anigasada anyway.
That shit's gross, man. I could see you putting that shit on a freaking taco, man. Damn.
Chris Lighthouse reaches out and says, Rudy doesn't talk out of his ass. Are you sure about that? No, I've enjoyed Two Shots podcast because it's going on from 2 to about 3:15, 2 to 3:30.
Sweep the league.
Sweep the league. Sorry, I get that confused. Sweep the league. No, he's done a very good job. He's had some very good guests out there. He already has George Gervin doing promos for him.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny there. But no, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. A lot of it's very cerebral, man, and it's a good contrast to what we do over here, because a lot of what we do over here is just grab ass stuff, dude. I mean, I'll be honest with you. We do what are called what's called bar talk. They dive in deep. They did a whole thing about NFL players who are not in the Hall of Fame, and they were talking about Torrey Holt and Rudy was talking about some guy from the Falcons who I have never even heard of before. He's like, it's one of the greatest Falcons of all time. He's never been he's not in the Hall of Fame. Well, it's probably because he played for the Falcons. Okay. But we're there talking about players like Torrey Holt and other players who are kind of fringe Hall of Famers, asking questions like, why is Devin Hester in there as opposed to, this other player, and whether or not people who were primarily punt returners, should they be considered for it all? I found that to be interesting. Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs at Ken's 5. Again, follow at Jeff G Spurs Zone. He has a post from an hour ago saying the NBA G League and Phoenix Suns announced the Suns have acquired the right to own and operate an NBA G League team, which is set to debut in 2024-25. So again, the G League is expanding. I think we believe that all the teams have G League teams, but they don't. Spurs have so many second-round draft picks the next 5 years. We actually need 2 or 3 teams at this point. Rudy Campos Jr. is actually on Locked On Spurs today.
Oh, is he, man?
Yes, he's today's guest, and they're asking the questions. Did Spurs fans overreact to the win against the Raptors, which again included the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama having a triple-double, the second of his career, but what made that a rare triple-doubles was that included 10 blocks. That was the thing. So again, follow Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, Jeff Garcia. I'm going to be on Locked On Spurs tomorrow. The conversation is going to involve Victor Wembanyama and what we can expect from him in future years and things like that.
Mario Cavazos, donate to build a solid fence on Mike's backyard so the dogs don't get out.
Dude, I have a solid fence, dude. I have a super
These
solid
damn
fence.
dogs, dude. They get out all the time. Look at Daisy. She already tied herself out.
You know, it's funny because there are some dogs out there that are just diggers, you know, and it's my dogs love me. I have to spend 20 minutes every day with each dog, one-on-one, where I let them just love on me for a little while. I scratch their bellies and all that stuff because they get mad. They get jealous. They want my attention. So every night it's like, okay, Daisy, get on the bed for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, Duncan, get on the bed for 20 minutes. Come on, Cody, get on the bed for 20 minutes. And it's a rotation of dogs like that. And it's cool. It sucks at the same time, but it's cool. John Williams is down saying, aren't you glad Marcus Morris is signing with the Timberwolves? Well, he ain't going to play for the Spurs, that's for sure.
Yeah, damn right. He's not going to play for us. Coach Bott had him like out every game anyway. He was already going to get either waived or traded or something.
It's because he left the Spurs at the altar a handful of years ago, and the Spurs ended up eating part of his contract. So I get that. I know the Spurs in the next week or so are going to have the initiation for those who are joining the Spurs Club over at the Rocket La Cantera.
Nice.
And apparently I was reading that there are still spots available to be part of the inaugural class of Spurs Club members. And it's very interesting. I'm actually going to take a tour of the place next week. So we'll take a look at it. Let's see if they throw me out or they keep me there. Yeah, you know.
Depends on what you're doing.
I'm gonna have to toe the company line.
Yeah, Demon Mike shows up, you're gonna get kicked out of the place.
So I got no Valentine's Day plans today. Okay, I have no Valentine. I saved money on flowers. I saved money on candy. I saved money on teddy bears and all that stuff. The big question is, what's the over under on next year? Like next year, what are the odds? Would you say that I do have a Valentine next year or don't have a Valentine next year?
Next year, I say you don't have a Valentine.
Oh, you're saying I'm going to be single for a while?
And you'll be single for a while.
Oh, my goodness. Well, at least have a sugar baby.
If you can afford it, bro. They ain't cheap.
Dude, I'm a nice guy, baby. I'm a nice guy. I'll find somebody.
You'll find. Hey, you got Daisy.
I got Daisy. I got 3 dogs. No, man. I am not designed to be single forever, dude. That is the thing, dude. I just, you know, there's some people who are like, why don't you just be single for 2 or 3 years? Because you know why? You're single for 2 or 3 years, that turns into 5 or 6, and that turns into 10 or 11. That's like those who say, hey, why don't you take a break from college? Because that break goes longer than 1 semester. That just that becomes your new normal.
Man, if I told my wife this, I said, like, if we ever broke up, got divorced or what have you, I wouldn't be in no hurry to go get in another relationship. I'd be fine by myself.
No, I mean,
man.
there's no such thing as, well, there is such a thing, but I'm saying not just rush into a relationship. It has to be the right person.
Yeah.
But I am of the belief that there's no such thing as the wrong time, you know, because if you meet somebody and you vibe with them, you just roll with it. You just roll with it. But it is Valentine's Day. I hope everyone has a fantastic Valentine's Day. Mike saying that I have female dogs and technically he has bitches. Only one's female, 2 are dudes. So I have a bitch. I have a bitch and
you got two Duncan and what's the other dog?
Duncan and Cody.
There you go.
Cody. But I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Again, the Sweep the League podcast will start at 2:00, same place. So where you get this podcast is where you get Sweep the League. Go hang out with Rudy Campos Jr. and his guests as well. I'm working on getting guests for this show as well. When it comes to future days and future weeks, I got one on the line for maybe the end of the week. So we'll talk about that.
We get Rudy J or Taylor come in here, man.
Dude, I would love for Rudy J to do a spot over here. Rudy J is my guy. He's my guy. And
I wouldn't even mind reaching out to DJ LG, man. I have Lawrence come in here, man. Chill with us.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we learned the technology to have a simulcast on both networks combined.
We could do that, man.
Where they're a guest and we're a guest, and we kind of riff off of each other for a little while.
It'd be like a marathon show. So let's say it would work like if we're doing the end of our show, and then all of a sudden we transition into theirs.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Mike Mario Cavazos reaches out and says, "Mike chasing the sucias." Well, I've got to for a while. I mean, it's part of it. Tim asking the question, if Mike has game?
He always says he has Chingles a game, bro. I'm like, come on, Mike.
My game's fine. My game's fine. A little rusty, but my game's fine.
We've seen you in action, bro.
You've never seen me in action, dude, because I don't put myself in action in front of you. That's why.
We gave you opportunity.
No. I don't want that girl over at the Stout House who was wearing the I love dad bods t-shirt, okay, or whatever she was wearing. No, that's not my kind of girl, dude. So to say, oh, Michael has no game because he didn't talk to any of these girls at the bar. I'm like, I don't like any of those girls at the bar.
I see you talking to some women, man. Come on now.
I'm a nice
Stout House.
I'm a nice guy. That's why it is.
Karaoke night.
Karaoke night. Dude, what are you going to sing? I don't know what I'm going to sing. What are you going to sing? Jonathan C., before we go, Spurs again, Mavericks tonight. Saying he's taking Wemby under 25. How about this, John? We're going to bet one drink, an old-fashioned. We'll set the over-under at 24.5. I want 25 and above.
Carolina's in the house. She says, hey, y'all.
Oh, okay, if Carolina's in the house.
Carolina, check it out.
She might have missed this, and I'll end the show the way that I started the show. Let me get my phone out because you called me out on Twitter. But if I go to my Apple Wallet, I want you to count the number of RCW tickets I have here. There's ticket number 1, ticket number 2, ticket number 3, ticket number 4, ticket number 5. I got all 5 for the event. RCW turns 22 February 25th. It's at 6709 Northwest Loop 410. I have bought 5 tickets. Third row, they cost me about $25 each, and they didn't poke my eyes out like Ticketmaster does. It was only like $4 or $5 for handling fees or whatever the case may be. But I will be there, third row. Okay, I will be in the third row doing one of those heart motions towards you. Okay, hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. She reaches out and says, "Hell yeah," and can't wait to see me. What I don't want, or maybe I do want, Carolina Teague, is for you to reach out to me and say, hey, they're going to want to use you for a stunt.
Yes. Get him chopped. Chopped to the chest.
Because I would do it.
Maybe they could body slam you, dude.
I would do it.
Man, that'd be awesome. Get one of these female wrestlers to go and body slam you in the middle of the ring. I'd be down to watch that, bro.
That's one way of being picked up by a woman, Everyone have a fantastic day. Again, Sweep the League, 2:00 here on the Alamo City Podcast Network. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. Hit the like button on the way out. Buy us a coffee on the way out if you'd like. See you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Go Spurs.